Hello, hello. How are you? I'm super excited to have you here today. It's going to be such a good video, such a good topic anyway, because this is something that I've struggled with and I know a lot of you guys do too. So let's just jump right in. So, if you want to know more, I talk everything about helping women level up and become the best versions of themselves and get the results that they want, not just in business or making money. Because, in America or in the Western world, and I struggled with this too. I mean, my family is from the East, but I grew up in the West. So I have a lot of conditioning from the West that the East doesn't struggle with, and vice versa, of course. But one of the things is, in the West, we're always taught of you need to be making more money, push, high achieving. Either you have that or you have people who don't do anything. So I'm not saying that extremes are good, because extremes are not. But we're only taught the masculine part of life, and that it's the only thing to be valued, like hard work, sacrifice, going till you're burnt out, being exhausted, fatigued all the time. And that's a very masculine environment. Women, a lot of us, we don't thrive with that. As many of you probably know if you are feeling any of those things. And what we're not taught is how to use the feminine part of ourselves to bring into relationships or into making money or into just living a balanced life. We're taught femininity is weak, that it's something we don't want. We want to be just like men. But if we want to be just like men, we're missing out all the things that make us so unique and so valuable as a woman. Just think, we were the last things to be created, so that means we're the pinnacle, the top, the best of the best. Why are men always wanting women, Yeah, something to think about. Anyhow, so I just wanted to say that. With that, I have always struggled with relationships, even just with family. That's mostly what I talk about. Getting along with your family, getting along with other people, friends, and all of that stuff. Because I'd been going at it from a totally masculine approach, aggressive, being mean, barking back, snapping, being harsh, all those things that are not helpful and do not get you very far in relationships. Sure, that might help you in the marketplace or in business or, when you're in the boardroom, and I have definitely used those things for those types of situations, and it works fabulous. But the things that work out in the world and at the workforce do not work in relationships. They do not. And I'll make more videos about this. I just wanted to video this certain thing real quick while it was on my mind. But that's how I had always been going for relationships, or critiquing and, a little bit showing contempt or not total appreciation and trust. Because let's face it, we've all been hurt by people, especially those who are our family and those who are close to us. Because they have the most access to us and they can hurt us the most oftentimes. And of course, I'm not talking about abusive relationships. If you're in that, get out, and this does not apply to that. This applies to just healthy individuals who, are not perfect. We're not perfect either, But I've been taking a lot of classes on and studying and just quiet time and just thinking of how, God treats us, and just loves us, and how I was thinking that, man, I should be that to other people too. Not constantly having this narrative of I'm the victim and everyone else is bullying me, And I've been there, so I totally get you if you're feeling that. And if you want to change that around, just see my course. It will totally transform the way you view life, and then will change how life treats you. Because everything that is around us is a mirror of what's happening in us. So, if you have a fabulous life, it's because you are too. And if all you focus on is negative events and things and how your family's totally just trying to keep you down and all this stuff, well, that's what we're going to be bringing into our field as well. And I know that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but it's also like personal activation, because it's like, okay, if I created this, I can also create the better part of it. I don't have to wait on someone else. We're not damsels in distress, okay? You're a powerful woman, and you can totally have your dream life. It just takes a few little tweaks. And that's what we talk about here, is how to use our feminine energy to, kind of like use both our arms instead of just our left arm and walking around without using our right arm type thing. So I've been taking a lot of classes lately and listening to people and just trying to get better for the past year and a half on relationships. And I'll share more of it in another video, but like the main things they say that will destroy a relationship, whether it's like an intimate relationship, like you're married, or if it's just like with your family and stuff, is number one is criticism. Do not critique. There's other ways of saying things. Number two, no contempt, like rolling your eyes, slamming doors. Stonewalling is another one where you just like totally shut down. And that's what I struggle with. It's because I just like want to shut down and walk away. Yeah, I know, not good. And there's some other ones. I'll have to look. I had taken some notes. I just finished an event with Tony Robbins. It was a free event, and he had a day of relationships. And I was like, and he had us rate ourselves from -10 to +10 on how well we were doing. And I had some -10s. Like, I was like, yikes, I need to fix this. And so he gave us some things to work on to fix it. And I was surprised at how well they worked. Like, amazing. So like first he got us into the why of why we want to like feel close, and like he gives this analogy of like if God has an iPhone, because why wouldn't God have an iPhone, and show us like how we could have been in life. And we, and so like we die, we go to heaven, and or go to meet God, and God shows us what we could have been. And like I don't want that. I want to just like, if I could have a great relationship with my family, my parents, other people, I want to have that so I don't have to regret it when I'm dead. That's kind of my push. So, where was I going with that? So anyhow, so he told us first of our why. Why do we want to feel that way? So he had us like do this little like meditation type thing to like totally see that, yes, this is what we want in life. Because relationships, it's kind of like what matters most in life. No one on their deathbed says, I wish I spent more time in the boardroom. There's these older women I know that never had family or kids, and they're lonely. It's really sad. Like, I know, like, when we're kids, we're like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with kids. But, people are important. We've always been, like, group creatures, always been in tribes. We've never been by ourselves. So it's important to know how these things work so we can be happy. And so another thing he had us do is just like rewrite our story. Like my old story is, I'm a victim, everyone's against me, I can't do anything right, like blah, blah, blah. And then write out your new identity, what you want to have. Like everyone loves me, my family loves me, they appreciate me, like all those things. And then start living like it is that way. And have like an open heart. Don't be closed off. And that's something I struggle with, is I'll be like super closed off because I don't want to get hurt. So I'll like have this like super masculine mask on and just like being cold and distant. And that does not give me, it doesn't give any of us the results we want. Sure, it protects us, but it also triggers the predator in other people. So what we want to do is have like an open heart, like super loving and just like overflowing, like you just feel like your heart is going to burst. Like just go around with that energy and just see how that changes things. And I know it's going to be so hard because we're going to think like, oh, everyone's going to like hurt us, And of course be selective of who you're doing it with, like who matters to you. So just go with this like love and appreciation and respect and admiration for other people. Like treat your dad or your significant other like they're Superman. Like how would you treat them? That's like how people treat others in the Eastern culture, which is now disappearing. But that's how they treat each other. And so there's always that love because everyone feels safe and respected and admired and loved and seen, all those key things. And so for me, I've always struggled with my relationships at home, like I said. And it was all because of me. My family is absolutely wonderful. And there's just a lot of things I had to work on. And so the other day when I was taking that class on relationships, and he just said, like, keep your heart open and just be so sweet and all those things like I just said. And I did that for my dad. And just it was like night and day. Like usually when I'm the other way, I can just feel totally horrible and that he hates me type thing. And then when I came with like this love and appreciation and respect and like bringing him tea and just being like super sweet and everything, like not a nice girl people pleaser, but just genuinely sweet. And the effect was totally different. He was like so sweet and wanted to do things for me back and everything. So it's true. Life is a mirror. It's mirroring back to us because we can't see ourselves. We can easily judge and see other people. But how we see ourselves is how our world around us is. So I want you guys to go try that out. I just wanted to share that real quick. And I just got out of the shower, so my hair's all fuzzy. But anyhow, I'll see you guys later. Bye.